Napa Doug speaking. I was cashing out at this auto parts store this morning. There was one person in front of me, and then the guy working the register. It was at Napa. The guy answering the phone was answering the. He got so many calls, he'd answer the phone. Napa Doug speaking. Talk to that guy. Well, I'm not sure. Hang up. The phone would ring. Napa Doug speaking. You got literally back-to-back 4 or 5 phone calls. The guy in front of me, he was cashing out, and something went wrong with the computer. So we had to wait for a moment. And as he's plugging away on the computer, he's starting to mumble under his breath, I can't get this thing to work. I just can't. I'm always stuck behind the 8 ball. And I thought nothing of it. I thought maybe he's having a bad day. So I'm assessing the situation, thinking, what if that was me? Mid-50s, maybe 60, stuck behind the 8 ball of the Napa checkout counter. Would I be happy with myself? Personally, the answer is no. I wouldn't want to be stuck behind an auto parts store counter. Now, I'm not judging him. That's just not what I would want to do. I'm more of an entrepreneur. I own 3 businesses. I used to be stuck behind the parts counter. I worked for a local parts store when I was 18. I wouldn't want to do it again. I hated that job. You know what else I hated? I hated growing up poor. I hated when my mother sent me to the house next door to borrow milk, sugar, eggs, bread, or she sent me down the street to do the same. Sometimes she sent me to the corner store, which was about a half mile away, with a note. Could you please hand my son Ralph a loaf of white bread and a gallon of milk, and we'll pay you on Friday? And the lady would write back, and my mother would stick it on the refrigerator as a reminder. I hated that. That highlighted to me that we didn't have enough to get by even. My father was a gambler, an alcoholic, and a cigarette smoker. He didn't have one vice, he had 3. And he had a bad attitude because he was struggling. I hated that. I forced myself to learn different, more, better, and I continue to do the same. That's what you need to do. That's why you're stuck. You got to learn more, different ways of making money, earning an income. Thank you for subscribing. I got more for you. You're worth it.